Hi everyone! So I am back with another journal video. In this video I want to show you how to create an altered book art journal, or it doesn't have to be an art journal, it could just be a journal. And what I mean by altered book is we're going to make a journal that looks like an altered book, like you altered a book, but we're going to make it from scratch. So this is a complete DIY altered book. So if you don't want to rip into a book, like a hardcover book, I'm going to show you how you can make one from just these materials here. So this is chipboard. This is a very thick chipboard. You can get chipboard in different thicknesses. For example, this one's a little bit thinner. But I have two pieces of chipboard here and they're about the same size. I'm making I think this is like 4.5 by 6.5 book, so I have two pieces of chipboard already cut down to size, but you can make your journal any size you want. It's just this is how small I want mine. And so I have two of those for the front and the back cover, and then I have this thinner chipboard for the spine here. And the reason why I chose a thinner chipboard for the spine is because we're going to be stitching through this, and so stitching through this is like really hard, so a thinner spine would work. And for the most part, most book spines are thinner. They're usually, if they're not like a thinner chipboard piece, they're fabric. So that's what you'll need. You need some chipboard for that. And then I have, what do I have here? I have some lace. I also have a little tray of more stuff, but for right now, for the cover, I have some spare lace. And then this is fabric that I have on some heat and bond, so it kind of feels like a washi fabric. And these are washi fabric, so these are fabrics that are sticky on the back, so when I pull this off it's sticky. So I think I'm going to use this to cover my cover, and I have no idea what I'm going to use this for. I haven't decided yet how I want to do the inside cover either. It might be paper, I have no idea about that, but I just kind of want to show you how I will go about creating this cover. Now over here I already have my insert, so if you've seen any of my other how to make a journal videos, you would know the process of me making my insert. I just cut my pages down to fit this, and I've already kind of matched them up how I wanted. And when my cover is finished, I'm going to go ahead and stitch this into the cover. So it's just more of cutting papers down to size and folding them, really. I actually did go ahead and make a bookmark here, and this is from branding strips. So you know when you have scrapbooking paper and it has the strip that has what, you know, the company's name on it and the collection, I call them branding strips, some people call them marketing strips, but that's all this is. I just cut them down and then I glued them onto a piece of paper and then ran it through my sewing machine and then backed it with a prettier pattern paper and then ran it through my sewing machine again. And then I put some ribbons up here and I just kind of stapled them to make a bookmark. And that is because this little journal here is going to be my Season of Story art journal. And so I'm part of the Get Messy team, and the new season is the Season of Story. And so this will be my journal for that season. Now, I kind of wanted to make an altered book art journal for the Season of Play, and that was what we were encouraged everybody to do. But of course, I never got into the Season of Play, and I never made a journal, and I was just doing stuff in my Secret Garden art journal, which is an altered book, and I really didn't produce much from the Season of Play. So I'm already full speed ahead making my journal for the Season of Story, and I thought an altered book would be really good because it's your story, and you know a book is a story, so it made sense. So of course the journal that we're encouraging you all to make is a handmade journal, and so this is a handmade journal, but it's also an altered book. Yeah, I know, I'm really cheesy, but so yeah. So this is my insert, and so I made the bookmark because it's the Season of Story, and I thought that would be cute to hold my place in my book. And so I have that set up. So how we'll go about making the cover is, once you have your two chipboards down, you know, cut down to size, and then your middle piece here, your spine, what I do is I just get tape. I normally use masking tape, I have this one, and I have this one, it was from an old Studio Calico kit, and it has like print on it, but since I'm going to cover up the cover anyway, I'm going to use this. I don't think it's going to show through too much, but I'm going to use it because it's thick. And this is just masking tape. You can use duct tape. I just use the masking tape all the time, so it's just something that I'm used to using. And so I kind of want to pick up this piece and put it in here. Put it on the center, and then you want to line these guys up, and you want to line it up so that you leave a space. So what I would do is kind of do this, you know, so that's sitting up, and then push it back so that there's a space there, because that'll allow your book to open and close properly. So that's all we're going to do, and then I'm just going to tape up the rest. And usually I end up using a lot of layers of this tape. Again, it's not going to show once you cover everything, because we're going to cover it in fabric or paper or whatever. I'm going to use these fabric, like washi strips that I have here. And I might cover the inside with paper. I have not decided yet what I'm going to do for the inside cover. But right now, I know for a fact that the outside will be covered in fabric. So I'm just going to keep putting more of this. Ooh, I hate when that happens. There we go. Oh, and I came to the end of it. So that's trash. You just want to make sure that it's all secure, like as secure as possible. I'm just going to use every bit of this tape. That's why I have this one. And I'm pretty sure there are other ways to make kind of like a cover like this, but this is how I normally do it. So and I kind of want to do one more on this side. And then of course when you cover it with your paper or your fabric, it's going to reinforce it even more. So this is what you should get once you've taped it up. And you already noticed that it's, you know, it's pretty firm. You know, it feels like a book now instead of just chipboard. I'm just going to put another piece here. That's what you should get. And now it's time to cover it up. So again, you can cover it up with paper. You get a really big piece of paper and cover it up. You can get some fabric. I'm going to use this fabric washi that I have here. So the crease, I'm going to try to line it up as best I can to the spine, because I think I'm going to put some ribbon, this lace ribbon, on the spine. So just gonna do like that. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is, since this is a washi fabric, it's one of those washi sheets, I'm just gonna peel this back and just place my chipboard cover right on top of it. Now you can do the same thing if you have regular fabric and heat and bond. So this is a regular piece of fabric that I have heat and bond on the bag. It's already adhered to the heat and bond. And so you have your fabric, you have a sheet of heat and bond, you iron the fabric onto the heat and bond so that it's stuck to one side, and then you'll go ahead and peel this off. And this is not sticky, but you'll lay it down like that and then put your cover on top, flip it over, and then iron it on. So that's how you would do it. But this is already sticky, so I'm just going to go ahead and put this right on to the washi. Okay, so once I have that, I'm going to fold these sides in, but I'm going to have to clip them because of my corners, and I suck at clipping them correctly, so let's hope that I clip these good or well, because I absolutely suck at cutting corners. And you can always glue the fabric down too, with like fabric glue or tacky glue or something, if you don't have heat and bond or if it's not washi. That's how my cover looks. You can actually see the masking tape a little bit on the spine, but I think that's fine because I am going to put down some of this in the middle. I think I'm just going to glue it down like that, right in the middle. I mean, another thing I can do is glue that. I don't know exactly how I want to decorate this yet. Like, I don't know if I want to put this lace in. Or if I want to do a collage or something. I know for a fact I want this. I have a tray here full of other things. I have some buttons. I want this charm on here because it says story. And if you remember my season of kindness journal, I had like XOXO for like kindness, but this actually says story, and I would actually really love that there. Would love it there. So I gotta figure out how I'm gonna put that there. I also really love this button. And I have other buttons here that I pulled out. I also have, I was thinking I can do something like that on here. Or something. I also have these. I'm wondering how big this paper is. Because I have to cover up all of this stuff here too. And I don't think this is going to fit on the inside. Unless I put this one down, and then half of it will be that, half of it will be that. Because I forgot that I have the spine. I have to do the spine. First I need to decorate the cover because I need to put this ribbon down. Gotta put that ribbon down before I can do the inside. So I know I want that. I actually really liked how that looked. This looked like that. I'll have to glue it down. And it's just gonna be the front. I really want to use some of this. I just don't know how. And I want to sew that up too. That looked cute there. And then of course, I like this button. Maybe I can have string coming down so it can hold the story. I feel like it needs something else. I have this pink, that kind of like corally color. I also have these pieces here. These are, I stamped these guys out and then fussy cutted them. Well, okay, so I know for a fact that I want this down. I'm gonna see if my glue stick can glue that down a little bit because I really don't know how else I'll glue this piece of lace down. Pretty sure there's a way better way to adhere this lace, but since I can't really sew it on, I'm gonna try the glue stick. And this is those Prima Marketing planner glue pens, and honestly, they're my favorite glue. I love these glue sticks. I'll just have to trim these guys off. I'll do that later. And then this will go down. But I think I might put this down with E6000. So I'm just gonna have to let that sit for a bit. So let's leave it like that. I'm gonna have to glue these guys in, but I gotta let that sit. So I guess I can just start thinking about how I want this part to look. I don't know if I want to use one of these. I really liked this idea a lot. Using this flower piece. Not so much this, but the flower piece. I need to figure out how to put story in. I love this button. This button is so cute. do something like that, and it comes down this way, and that, and then of course this can hang from there. What do we think? What do we think about that? And if I do that, let's glue these guys together. And these are just paper flowers. I got them at Hobby Lobby. They're not the Prima. They're the, I think, the Paper Studio brand, so I guess the Hobby Lobby brand. But they look exactly like the Prima ones. I kind of want to stitch this on with some pink string, I think. I'm leaning towards pink. And this is just embroidery thread. I got it at Michael's. This is a really big needle. It might not fit, so I might need to get a smaller needle. Oh, that died. I think that's enough. I just kind of wanted a hint of pink there. Just wanted a hint of pink. I think that's really cute. And I think I am going to use this. I'm going to glue it so it's like that. So it comes down, and then I'm going to have this here. And I'm wondering if I want to go ahead and add some string to this too. Maybe string it 2 times. And then have the story charm hang from it. I think that would look really cute. I'll glue that there, and then the story will dangle from it. That looks so cute. That looks really cute. And I think I'm going to put that there like that. So let's see if I can glue this on. I might have to get some tacky glue or even put some E6000 on this. Might have to reinforce that with some E6000, but I'm going to put this on with this. So I'm going to have to let all of this sit for a bit because, like I said, this E6000 takes a while to really dry. So I'm going to let this sit and I'll come back. Okay, So everything seems to be dry. And so now I'm just going to flip this over and do the back. I did go ahead and glue that down while everything was drying on the front, so I just have to do the inside. And so I've decided to line the middle with this fabric piece and then line the book, like the inside of the book, with these old book pages. So I think I'm going to do that. So this middle piece is already on heat and bond, so I can actually go and peel this off and run the iron on it because it's already on some heat and bond. Or I can just glue it. It doesn't really, I don't think it really matters very much. I think I might, well, I'm trying to see because I have this stuff in the front and so it doesn't really lay flat. And so I don't know how well it would do if I ran it through, I mean, not ran it through, if I passed the iron on top of it, because that's what you do with something that's that has heat and bond on it. But I am going to take it to my iron and iron that out, and I will be right back. Okay, so I went ahead and ironed that on, and you can actually see some of the tape through it, but I don't think that would be a problem because I'm going to cover it up here with these pages, and then I'm going to sew my insert right in, so I don't think you would see it very much. So this paper is old book paper, and normally I would use a glue stick to glue that down, but I don't know if that's going to stay. So I'm going to use this double-sided tape. This is actually the Prima memory hardware, and it's for bookmaking. It's for mini bookmaking, so it's very strong adhesive. So I think I'm going to put some in the middle here, and I'm still going to glue this down with some glue with the glue stick, but I'm just going to put it some in the middle here, so it's going to be like triple adhesive. Because I don't know, I don't trust this old book paper with this double-sided tape. It tends to like rip the backing. That's why I always use glue stick, but I'm gonna do both here. So that's good. I might have to, you know, re-glue some parts of it, especially on the corners, but I think that is good. And I'm just going to do the same thing on this side. My spine is a little stiff, and that's because I have this fabric and then this ribbon and then that fabric in there. So it's very firm now. So it went from that really thick, that really thin chipboard to like a thicker spine. But I think I still can poke holes into that and sew in my insert here. And so that's what I'm going to do next, is just sew in this insert here. And I'm probably going to do that off camera and come back and show you the finished journal. Okay, so I went ahead and bound my journal, and all I did was a 5 pamphlet stitch to the spine here, and I have this here because it wants to like come open, and it's gonna leave a mark, but it's fine. So this is my journal. This is the cover. It's very simple. I love how that charm kind of dangles and it says story on it. It's so cute. I have the lace here. I have this little die cut, and this was a stamp. I just stamped it on paper and fussy cut it out and then glued it there. And then of course this little paper flower with the button and the little pink showing through. This is how my spine is. I used waxed, I think wax cotton thread, wax linen thread, it's the same. and in white, and you can barely see it against this eyelet lace. And I just kind of left the back like this, plain. This is of course the bookmark that I have in here, and so right now it's like in the middle. I'm just gonna leave it in the middle with that coming out. And so this is how it looks on the inside, and of course nothing really lays flat because I just bound it, but the more I work in it, the more it'll kind of form and like lay a certain way, you know. So the inside of course is lined with some book pages, and this is my front, and then just this is how my pages kind of sit. So I'll just give you a little flip through. This one is a flip out, and I have a couple of those flip outs in here. So like this is the center and another little flip out. And of course you can see my stitching and my holes and stuff, but it's fine. I haven't actually really worked the book, so I, you know, like folding the pages over and everything. Once you bind something, you want to like fold all the pages so that way it closes really nicely. I just didn't do that yet. I just literally just finished binding it, and I kind of wanted to show you. So I used, these pages are from the Love Story collection from Prima. It's one of their new collections. So if you remember, I used some of the pages in my Season of Kindness journal, but that one was more lavender, the lavender collection from Prima. This one is all Love Story. And this is another flip out. Except for this paper. This paper is from the Prima Vintage Dreams or Vintage Floral collection. It's for their traveler's notebooks. But I like this. And then the back cover like that. And again, I'll probably put something heavy on top of this so that it'll end up being end up closing and staying flat like that until I'm ready to work in it for the season of Story, which is the new Get Messy season. And I love the bookmark because this looks like a book, you know, it looks like a book, and you know, when you read a story and you mark your page, I just love having that little bookmark here. And of course I'm just going to use it to mark up where I've left off, documenting my story for the season. But that is my new art journal for the Get Messy season of Story. It's an altered book art journal from scratch. I hope you enjoyed this video and that you go ahead and make your own altered books from scratch. You don't have to use a book. You can use the chipboard like I did, or maybe really thick cardboard, or any like book board, because that's a thing too. Book board. It doesn't have to be an old book. You can make a book that kind of looks like it was an old book, but that it's not. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you like it. Subscribe if you wish to see more videos like this on my channel. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye!